So I'm with Paul Pierce about not really focusing on the athleticism, but it's still part of it.
Of course it is.
I can't discount
No, you can't.
Shaq's greatness because how big and athletic he was for his size.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it's
just how
part
he
of
was
it.
made.
It's just part of it. You
I
can't
get
remove
it.
it.
I get it. I'm just, and also let me say this. Yes, I'm a Celtics fan, but I'm not trying to cape up for Paul here. I'm trying to give, if you notice, I have not given any stance on his commentary. I'm just trying to give my thoughts on what he's saying and how he's presenting it. And I'm not going to give a stance on it, but I did think it was a great topic. So let's continue.
All this, you ain't even going to come to a conclusion. That's crazy.
I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not going to.
I'm messing with you.
Right, because there's no conclusion I can give that'll be satisfactory being a Celtics fan. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to stay out of it. Welcome back to another episode of the Format Podcast Live Sunday morning edition. And well, I'm feeling good. I don't know if everybody out on the West Coast is feeling good, but I really don't care about them. My sister, what up, sis? But other than that, I'm good. I don't care at all because it was a wonderful night last night. And well, you know what it is, but we'll get to that. Transformer, how you doing this morning, my brother?
The whole West Coast? Damn.
All of it.
The whole West Coast, bro. Damn.
All of it.
Sheesh. That man came with the heat this morning, man.
Okay, maybe not the whole thing.
Okay.
You know what? I got some fam like up in the Bay too, so maybe not them. But we know what I'm talking about.
Okay, because I mean that includes us Lakers. I mean my Dodgers.
You know good and damn well I don't care nothing about you Lakers. You already know that, but this is not the time for that.
Dang, man. Steph Curry, he don't like you, bro. I mean,
Steph Curry, but not today. Not today.
How you doing, bro? I'm doing good, man.
Yeah, man, I'm doing all right, man. I am happy.
I see that.
Yeah, man.
You on some animosity this morning.
For sure. I chose violence. So what I'm going to do here is the usual. We're going to give a shout out to the channel members, of course, and then we're going to get started. All right. So we got a great show lined up for you guys. As you can see, we have 3 NBA topics as well. NBA starts Tuesday night, right, Transformer?
Yep, starts in 3 days.
Yo, and you know what?
2 days.
Here's the illest thing about it. Maybe I'm looking for too much. I don't know exactly what I'm going to see, but I'm so excited to see the NBA return to NBC, man. I really am. Because, you know, I know Edward going to say Wax Museum and, you know, a lot of younger people say, oh, you're trapped in the 90s, whatever. But for me, that was my golden age of the NBA. And the NBA on NBC was like such an amazing thing to me back then. Like, because the NBA wasn't on all these different channels and platforms back then. So like, when the playoffs first started in the early rounds, when you have more games, we would have games from like noon on Saturday and Sunday to like 10 o'clock at night. And I'd just be sitting there, NBA on NBC, watching all these games. And it was heaven, man. And of course, we've talked about ad nauseum, you know, the song, I think it's actually called Round Ball Rock. And that song is so iconic. And of course, you know, watching Jordan and the Knicks and the Knicks and the Bulls and, you know, Magic and all these other, you know, great players. Of course, my guy Dream and so many others. But for me, that was such an iconic time. And I know I'm crazy excited to watch this doubleheader on Tuesday night and just to sit back and hear the Round Ball Rock, because they are bringing it back, and you know, to hear the new crew that's going to be on, Vince Carter and Jamal Crawford and all these guys, and I think it's going to be great. So anyway, I'm sorry I went off on a tangent, y'all.
You did. That was like a quick hit before the quick hits. Yeah,
we got like 3 NBA topics for y'all, and of course we're going to finish out with NFL because it is still NFL season and NFL is king, no question.
Absolutely.
Yes, NFL scratches our itch. It feeds our issues. I smoke NFL rocks. So, you know, but look, let's go ahead and get to it, man. First and foremost, my bad, y'all. Somebody else called me. My fault. First and foremost, y'all, let's get to it with shouting out the channel members And numero uno, first ever channel member, Coach T from the Be Ready Sportscast. What up, Coach T? Man, appreciate you. Thank you for all the support you do, man. Everything you do to help out this show, man. Thank you also for letting the young fella Carlos come on our college football show last week. It was awesome to have him. I love what you guys are doing out there, man. Make sure, if you haven't already, guys, whether you're watching on the replay or you're watching live after this, go subscribe to the Be Ready Sports Podcast, where Coach T shines a light on the youth, the young athletes who hopefully we'll be talking about here one day. Because at the end of the day, man, in order to be ready, you gotta
stay ready.
Stay ready. Facts. So, all love there, Coach T. It's not that serious. What's good? It's not that serious. It's not that serious. Was like texting me during the Notre Dame game last night. That was pretty cool. Back and forth. Of course, my main guy, king of the chat, Steve Splendor. Go Irish. Always good to have your support and always good to talk to you. Steve and I were texting a lot through the game as well last night.
Of course you were.
More Bruce was good. Yes, of course we were. What up, Baltimore, Bruce? What up? Shout out St. Francis Prep in Baltimore. I think they're the number 2 team in the nation in high school football now, out here kicking butt, taking names, and Bruce never lets me forget it. So shout out to them. Shout out to my guy, Chief Sid Bubba. Thank you so much for everything you did for our nation. Thank you for what you do for our channel and our show. And shout out to the boys from Annapolis.
Anchors away, my boys. Anchors away. Bruce don't want to fly to Baltimore because he know he gonna lose anyway. Yeah. Go Navy, beat Army, ready to.
We're about halfway through the season, y'all. So I think it's what is it, the second week, first or the second week, first weekend in December, first Saturday in December. We will see Army Navy and we'll find out what's what. And hopefully my boys will come through and kick the crap out of the midshipmen so I don't have to hear this anymore. But until then, until then, I gotta deal with it.
You gotta deal with it.
Yes, sir. And of course, our final channel member, Sneed, got what you need. Everybody, shout out Sneed, say your prayers, whatever. He's at a soccer tournament this weekend. So,
awesome.
His team goes out there and gets it done. All right.
Put foots in them.
Put foots in them. I think this is going to be a pretty interesting one. So, as you guys know, and I will do my absolute best to be unbiased here, as I generally try to do. But
it doesn't always work, Bruce, but you do try. That is true.
Yes.
Hey, eat for effort.
Right. No doubt. Nobody's perfect. No. But Paul Pierce, as you guys know, the truth, NBA Hall of Famer, top 75 player. I would say probably right at the bottom of the top 10 small forwards of all time list. I think he's right there at the bottom of that positional list. But, that's pretty good company.
I got him a little higher than that, bro.
What, somewhere between 7 and 10, right?
I put him closer to 7 than 10.
Okay.
His game, bro.
I'm not mad if he's at 10. Yeah. I'm not mad if he's at 7. But,
yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I put him close to 17, but yeah.
Damn, son.
Well, we know what this is, though. We know what
I thought we were going to get objectivity from Transformers. It's not, bro.
Only Celtics that is worthy of my respect and love and appreciation is the greatest white man to ever grace a basketball in NBA history. That is Larry Legend. That's it.
But how far off was Paul Pierce from Larry Nerd, bro?
Oh, he was by far eons away. You ever saw Star Wars in a galaxy far, far away? That's how far he is from Larry Bird.
Paul Pierce was really, really great. Bird is just different. There's no other way to say it. He's just different. But anyway, this is not about that. So Paul Pierce was on Club Shay Shay last week, had a really good long form interview. He was there for a couple hours, talked about a number of things. And we're not going to break down that whole interview, but it was really interesting because the first thing that he talked about that I wanted to get into here was he said it before and they kind of got back into it because it started a firestorm. The first time he said it, he feels like he's the best pure scorer in NBA history. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Pure scorer. Now, if you ask me, I think that's Michael Jordan. I don't think there's too much question. And most people would probably say that, maybe some of the old timers just say Wilt and maybe some would say Kobe, right? Cool. Now, obviously, like LeBron has to get into the scorers discussion because he's got more points than anyone who ever played. Shout out LeBron for that. But if we're talking about pure scorer, which Paul Pierce said, which, you know, and he's going to explain, I've got some sound on that, kind of more denotes skill set, then LeBron is nowhere near that discussion, despite his incredible statistical achievements over time. There's no way of getting around that part of it. He has, you know, was it 27 a game, 25 a game for 20 years, right? Which is just absolutely like inconceivable, right? So, you know, all due respect to him for what he's been able to accomplish. That said, if we're talking about skill-wise, pure scorer, LeBron's not in that discussion. Nobody thinks of him that way. When you watch him play, you don't see that, but this is not about him. So Paul Pierce says he's the best pure scorer of all time, and Shannon Sharpe is trying to get him to kind of expound on that and give some more thoughts. So before I play the sound, kind of what are you guys' thoughts initially on him saying he's the best pure scorer of all time? I'm going to start with you, Transformer. Go ahead, man.
He has a fair argument. His arguments are fair. I mean, once he breaks down, because he did this before, he broke down the ways to score, right? The ways that he scored. So when you're breaking it down, and it's all about the criteria of which you're considering the pure scorer. Me, I would never consider LeBron a pure scorer.
Right.
I mean, I would never put him in that category.
Can he get buckets? Scorer.
Yes, he's a very, very highly effective scorer.
Correct.
There's a difference. That's like Giannis. He's a very, very highly effective scorer. He can score the ball. Yeah. I mean, because nobody could get past him. I think LeBron in the last 25 years, he's number one in the interior as far as points scored. Like that's just where he lives, like right? Yeah, him and Shaq, Tim Duncan, they're right around that interior line.
Yeah, right.
But when you think pure scores, you got to think 3-ball, post moves, the 2-pointer, layup, dunk, free throw. Like you have to add all of the aspects of an offensive game, the triple threat, coming off the dribble, catch and shoot. Yeah. It's a lot of additives when you think about that. And when you look at Paul Pierce's career, he's done all of that, right? He can put you in the post. He can shoot the 3. He can come off a spin. Look at that pivot, move, putting the ball back on the ground.
These are in the later years. The dribble. These are in the later.
I don't know why he's showing me Washington Wizards stuff. Okay, there we go. All right, let's get to the truth. There you go. All right.
It was part of the clip package, man.
I'm like, well, we start off with freaking wizardry. But I mean, you look at those moves. I mean, you fake it on the inside to the left, come out, spin out to the right, and you're shooting the fade. Look at that. Post move straight to the fade. Can you get buckets at every point of the floor? That's to me the definition of a true scorer, and a pure scorer. And when you look at Paul Pierce's career, he's done all of that. So I would say his arguments are definitely fair. Yeah, definitely fair. I mean, he's not poo-pooing anybody. Say, hey, this guy's a pure scorer. You guys are this guy's a bum or something like that. He's just stating his case. I belong in that conversation, and with that being his argument, he's absolutely right.
No doubt, Sneed.
The bigger problem here is the fact that Paul Pierce has to tell people, and nobody's talking about him, so he feels probably like he needs to say something. Yeah, so
true.
Unfortunately, during his time, there were contemporaries that were actually better pure scorers than him. Melo is slightly more effective pure scorer than him, just a little bit. I would say that Kobe was a better pure scorer than him as well. The only
81, Bruce, 81.
No doubt.
The only real trouble that Paul Pierce is going to have in this argument is that multiple guys during his career, so during his stretch, his contemporaries, were better at what he did. He was great at what he did too, but there were guys that were better. Paul Pierce's edge, if we're going to talk about pure scoring, actually comes in crunch time. This guy couldn't be stopped even when the defense knew he was going to try to score.
That's right.
Like they weren't looking anywhere else. So he's right in one respect. Yeah. When Boston needed points, they didn't go to KG. Yeah. They didn't go to Ray. They actually went to Paul Pierce. So during their championship runs, their playoff runs, their championship run, Paul Pierce was the way that they got dependable buckets. And he was scoring at high clips. He was 20 plus, 25 plus. Really key moments, he was the one providing the points. He also played a little defense, so he's a really good player. When you say pure score all time, though, we had guys like Wilt Chamberlain. We had guys like Kareem. We had guys like, Larry Bird even was like, we're talking about pure scoring, like getting buckets. There were unstoppable guys that the only person who prevented them from scoring more was them deciding they wanted to pass.
Yeah.
I mean, Paul Pierce was not as prolific as those guys.
Right.
So to say, because there's an element of prolific scoring, like your averages.
Yeah.
Right. Like
I think he averages 19 a game for his career.
When did he ever average more than 30 in a season?
He never did. His high was 26.8, so we'll go 27.
Which is good, but it's not prolific.
8.9.
Is that his high?
Yeah, that's his high.
Dude, I remember.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at Melo. My bad.
Okay, that's what. Okay.
I remember a Kobe stretch where he averaged like 45 for like a month.
Yeah, yes, that's.
I think that was after the case.
So
yes, that was after the case.
So contemporaries that were better scorers than him, a few of them, and then all time, it's a reach. Look, his big moments were big. And that's where I think we need to highlight who Paul Pierce was. In moments where they needed him, he provided. So he was skills wise, in terms of the developed game offensively, amazing. But I just can't do that, bro. Pure score all time, bro. I mean, Kevin Durant's a more pure scorer all time than
Kevin Durant is probably he's arguably the. Because I mean, the way you can shoot the ball from three so effectively,
and that's a contemporary, right?
He's a 90% free throw shooter. Like, man, can't miss.
Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, it is.
And that's a contemporary. He played years against him.
He came in 05, 06, so
07.
07. So by the time he came in, Paul Pierce is 9 years in the league. Do we consider that contemporary?
I mean,
I guess technically because they played at the same time.
Pierce was making finals runs, so I mean,
no, I get it. I'm just okay. Well,
you can say it's safe to say the back nine. Yeah, Paul Pierce is definitely on his back nine at that point. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, well, I'm not gonna make any commentary as to what I think, because I think that no matter what I say, I think it might be not received well.
But when you say best pure scorer all time, that means you have to downgrade other guys, right? You have to say he's better than, because they're saying best pure scorer ever.
Yeah.
That means everybody else is not as good.
All right, well, let's hear how he broke it down, because I think he does a better job of making the case when he kind of breaks it down fully. But I don't disagree with either of you on what you're saying, but I also am like not averse to the way that he breaks down this whole thing. So let's check it out.
I'll say it like this. If you just took everybody's greatest scoring strength, or just say their athleticism. Let's just say the athleticism.
Okay.
And put me in that realm with them. That's how I feel.
But Paul, people don't look at you as being athletic, Paul. You don't try, you don't run.
I know. That's why I'm saying. That's why I feel if you take the athleticism out of it.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Take Jordan's athleticism out. Where he can't
wasn't a slob,
and we just do everything on the floor.
Right.
I feel like my skill level is
better than Cole.
Man, Cole is close.
He's close.
Yeah, it wasn't. It's not close though.
Hold on, listen.
Because if you ever watch Cole interviews about me, he always talk about my footwork.
Yes.
And Cole had elite footwork too.
Yeah.
And so like Cole without his athleticism was still pretty elite because of that, because of his IQ and his footwork.
Correct.
And there's not a lot of players I can say that about once I take their athleticism away. So if there is anybody, he's right there. But
Harden is not the most athletic, but Harden can put the ball in the basket at an elite level.
Yeah, but
he couldn't play in the post.
Yeah, and let me stop this real quick, because you know how I do it. I don't like the Harden talk, because yes, he had to put the ball in the basket. But if they really called the game properly, how many points would get taken away from him?
A lot, like at least 7 to 8.
All them bootleg step backs where he's traveling 1,000 feet, all the carrying. I'm like, come on.
Because a lot of go ahead. I'm sorry. I ain't mean to cut you off.
If you watch when Paul Pierce does his step back, he doesn't travel at all. It's a really hard jab step, which moves the defender, and then he comes back into his jump shot. Harden is like taking all these extra steps back into the side and all. I'm like, what are we doing?
Well, Paul Pierce had very defined foot movement that created space. Did not travel. Right. It was clean spin move. It was a slight bump. You know, like the game was called differently, so you had to be good at what you were going to do to score.
No, absolutely. For James Harden, he was a free throw merchant type of guy, and it was from the 3-point line. You know, typically your Kobe's and your Shai Gilgeous and your Mikes, their free throw motions from the inside. Like I can get in the post and I can make you foul me, right? Or I'm shooting a layup in the way
from the elbow and
from the elbow. That's where you're going to foul me. For James Harden, and this is what made him such a horrible playoff performer, because they stopped calling that in the postseason. That whole triple step back and you're launching the threes and you're flopping and you're flailing all over the place. Right. They stopped calling that. So if you go back and you look at James Harden's career, he averaged, I believe, 35 or something like that in the season.
36.
10 or 11 of them things came from free throw line.
He took 13 threes a game that year.
Yeah.
Real quick, gentlemen. Sure. You're talking about the way that games are officiated and you're bringing up James Harden. So let this also sink in. Paul Pierce averaged 20 points a game in the playoffs, where the whistles are less, less frequent, and the defenses are more fierce, and they let them play. So in 2008, when the Celtics won, he averaged 22 a game against the Lakers, who had a really good defense. Right. So the guy has a point in terms of the biggest moments, biggest games. Yeah, sure. And then Harden, he disappears in the playoffs. What are we talking about, bro?
Just goes
games. Yeah.
What's that Homer Simpson joint?
Yeah.
Into the bushes. right.
Like, nah, I'm not here. I'm gonna go get stepped out of here.
Yeah. But let's continue the clip.
When you look at how you score,
okay.
So you look at Harden, one of the greatest scorers ever, had a historic season, but he was all threes and layups and free throws.
Yeah,
like
no midi.
Like he could shoot the midi, but think about this: I could come out like today's game. Name me one player that can come off a down screen and hit a jumper.
Right.
They don't even run that.
Ain't nobody try to hit that.
Nobody can do that. Like maybe Kevin Durant.
I'm about to say that's the only name.
But like post game, mid range, off the dribble three, step back, off the pick and roll. We're not talking about nothing outlet, just getting buckets.
Right.
I feel post game, mid game, elbow, three, all the way out. I had no offensive weaknesses. Like not one.
That's probably true.
But neither do the other guys.
The best thing they do.
Right.
Well, okay. So, and be calm, some of you guys. I'm not disrespecting Kobe because y'all know the respect I have for Kobe. But Paul is saying, okay, Kobe couldn't shoot the three as well as I could. Right. That's a fact. Now, are there other conditions?
Do you know what Kobe's 3-point percentages were in the last couple years of his career?
No. I know his career 3-point percentage is like 33.
But his game was evolving. Over the years, his 3-point percentage kept improving.
That's normally what happens as a guy's athleticism starts to wane.
Well, it's also was the direction of the league. Because if you go back to the 90s or the 80s, the 3-point percentages didn't increase all that much for the players. They just didn't care.
Right. They weren't shooting. Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm with you. And that's a whole nother thing we could discuss, but I'm not even gonna go there. But the point is, I say it to say that what Pierce is saying is like, and earlier, by the way, Kill Switch says, take what makes that person great away from them, then I'll be on their level, is what he just said. That's what he said, but it's disingenuous to frame it that way. Because he's saying athleticism is something like physical gifts are something we can't control. We're born with them or we're not, right? So some guys can do more because of their physical gifts, i.e. LeBron. But if everybody was on the same baseline physically, he's saying, and obviously that'll never happen, but he's saying if everyone's on the same baseline physically, skill work wise, I'm better than
so LeBron's an interesting point, right? So LeBron in 2008 against the Celtics in the Eastern Conference semis was the most athletic player on the court. He was bad for 5 games against the Celtics. What did his athleticism do for him?
Right. No, I get it.
In 2009 against the Magic, what did the athleticism do for him? He was taking 21 free throws a game. If he didn't have all those free throws, what was his point total?
That's a great point.
So I'm with Paul Pierce about not really focusing on the athleticism, but it's still part of it.
Of course it is.
I can't discount
No, you can't.
Shaq's greatness because how big and athletic he was for his size.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it's
just how
part
he
of
was
it.
made.
It's just part of it. You can't remove it.
I get it. I'm just, and also let me say this. Yes, I'm a Celtics fan, but I'm not trying to cape up for Paul here. I'm trying to give, if you notice, I have not given any stance on his commentary. I'm just trying to give my thoughts on what he's saying and how he's presenting it. And I'm not going to give a stance on it, but I did think it was a great topic. So let's continue.
All this, you ain't even going to come to a conclusion. That's crazy.
I'm not going to.
I'm messing with you.
Right, because there's no conclusion I can give that'll be satisfactory being a Celtics fan. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going to stay out of it.
And you can take the best thing I do. See, the thing about me, you can't even tell me what's the best thing I do offensively because I think I do all of them the same.
Really well.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can say Curry, take his shooting ability away.
Right.
Jordan, what his fadeaway or whatever. Like what do you take away from me? Like I can do. Like what's my greatest scoring strength? Nobody can even tell you because I did it all well.
I'm gonna push you to the 3-point line.
I won a 3-point championship contest. I won a 3-point contest.
That ain't nobody guard you.
I mean, I've dominated games from the 3.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So I say it like that. And it's not a knock on the great scorers because I respect all of them. And, you know, it wasn't a knock on Jordan because I respect Melo, Kobe, and all of them. But I'm like, I'm right there.
Right. You did something that you're the first player to win the 3-point competition for a Celtic since Larry Bird, and you beat Steph Curry. That
right.
So
I'd always tell people
that's the thing. See, it's not just winning the 3-point competition; it's who you beat in order to win the 3-point competition.
I said, hey, Steph Curry was in the contest. They'd be like, oh, he was a rookie. It was still Steph. It was still Steph Curry.
What is Steph Curry? That's all I need to know.
Steph Curry was in the contest because in 10 years from now, that's Steph Curry, and I beat him.
It wasn't Chef Curry yet. It was Steph. It wasn't Chef yet.
But it's a shooting contest. He was still a shooter then.
He was there. Hey, we ain't talking. Hey, we're not talking about 10 years Steph. We're not talking about. No, we talking about Steph. He's still Steph.
Is he the greatest shooter ever?
He's the greatest shooter ever.
Well, I beat him. What can they do that I can't? Except jump over somebody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I can shoot the 3. I can shoot the pull-up. I can shoot all. Who's the greatest scorer? Kevin Durant.
Mm-hmm.
I can do everything he can do. He just probably do it at a higher percentage.
Oh yeah, he gonna shoot it.
Yeah, he gonna do it, and that's the difference.
That's a part of it.
The scores,
the efficiency in which he does that. The efficiency in which someone does something. Yeah, that's what they're looking at now.
That's what they're looking at. But if we just talk about just the ability to
put the ball in the basket
that way,
right?
Then I'm right there. But like when you do it at a higher percentage, it looks different, like on another level.
I'm not mad at him, man, because
that's what I'm saying. I think
his argument is that I can do all of that.
Yeah,
I can do all, and he's right. He can. I mean, he ain't really bam over many people.
Couldn't though.
Yeah, it's just that we're not talking about Paul Pierce. I mean, that's his whole stance. It's like nobody mentions me when they mention the Pierce scores. This argument is actually like a year old.
During his era.
Yeah.
Like more prolific than even he was. He's talking about things that players do that he does, but he doesn't even do them as well as they do. He's just saying he could do it. Okay, so you could hit the 3. You're not a better 3-point shooter than Steph. You weren't even a better 3-point shooter than your own teammate.
Who's that?
Why are you talking about threes?
Well, because he said, was he 37% on threes for his career? So he's saying
where does that rank?
Well, okay, to put that comparably, the great Larry Bird, who's widely regarded as one of the greatest shooters of all time, shot just under 38% from his career, so 37 and change. And obviously, I get it. Different era, different emphasis on the 3. Totally get it. I'm just saying.
But where's the part, Bruce?
Yeah.
Where's the part where Paul Pierce had said things that makes him the best pure scorer ever? Where's the part where he is definitively better than everybody else? Where?
Well, so again, I'm just, and I'm not saying I agree with his stance. I'm not saying I don't. I'm saying I can see where he's coming from, and I think he tried to make a fair and rational argument.
No, what he should have said was, I'm a better pure scorer than people think I am.
Okay, that works.
Like a majority of folks underrate me and don't give me enough due. He should have said that, and then we could look at the numbers, we could go to the film, and we could say he's right. he's better than people give him credit for.
Right.
Instead, now he's saying he's the best, and now we got to poo-poo on everything he says.
Well, let's also keep in mind, and great point, Sneed, no pushback there. I'll only say let's also keep in mind that when it comes to great athletes, they all have some level of delusion. Am I right?
Right.
You have to have that to believe that you're going to, like I always say, this is the thing I always say, when it comes to Paul Pierce and LeBron, right? If you look at the things LeBron could do physically and what he's been able to do throughout his career, theoretically, Paul Pierce shouldn't have been able to be on the court with this guy, right? LeBron is just next level with certain things. But Paul Pierce would hand him work and go at him, right? And so that delusion, because I guarantee you, he won't say it publicly. I know Paul Pierce believes he's better than LeBron. And I know he believed that
Paul Pierce said that.
He stepped on the floor against him.
Paul Pierce said that.
Well, there you go. There you go. And you know that he truly believes that. You know he believes that. Because in this interview as well, and we're not going to get into that part of it, he also said, if LeBron and I come in the league same time, if we're the same age, I don't believe he has 4 championships.
And cocaine is a hell of a drug. But
right, we're not getting into that. I've referenced that statement to show that all of these guys believe what they believe because you have to at that level. That's all I'm saying.
But transform it to that point, you know, like if you look at the era between like 2008 to 2010, that 3-year run or whatever.
Yeah.
Paul Pierce was still in his like skilled prime.
Yeah. For sure.
He was killing the game. Like playoffs were him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it was him. It was Kobe. They were keeping guys like Dwight and Bron out of the finals.
Yeah.
You know, and then Dwight broke through and then Kobe killed him.
And even realistically,
Courtney Lee was getting cooked.
I think if you
all game
back to, right? I think if you go all the way back to 2000 2001,
Mamba
Paul Pierce is in his right? He's in his 3rd season, and he and Antoine Walker were in the Eastern Conference Finals against the Nets.
What year?
Either 2000 or 2001. Probably 2001. And they're in the conference finals against the Nets. And I remember that. I'm like, oh, we're going back to the finals for the first time since no. But the point is, Paul Pierce was getting busy, right? And this is a guy who's multiple times led the league in 4th quarter scoring. Like he got a lot, man. He got a lot. So
when it comes to getting a bucket, Paul Pierce is one of the names that should be mentioned. His nickname is the truth.
Kinds of ways. And
right? Even though he tells lies, his nickname is the truth. His nickname is the truth.
He writes fiction books, bro.
Yeah, he writes fiction books. He writes fiction books. But the man's name, in all due respect to Paul Pierce, man, when it comes to being mentioned, he deserves to be mentioned.
Yes.
When you want to talk pure scores, yes, mention. Yeah. We're going to mention you. And I think that to me, that's what started this whole thing. Because earlier this year, when he was, I think he was with KG. I think it was on this KG show. No. This was on this.
No, he was on. He was on Ticket.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
And when he was like, everybody's mentioning pure score, where am I at?
Right.
He's like, nobody's mentioning my name. So that's what actually started this. That he's like, well, nobody's mentioning my name. Y'all say Kobe. Y'all say T-Mac. Y'all say Melo. Then you say KD, and it was like, okay, Paul Pierce. You're like, I got buckets. My nickname was the truth, but it came in 4th quarter.
Truth be told, the guys you named,
all better, all better. Melo, headband Melo. When he cut the head, boy, you couldn't stop Melo with a goddamn with nothing, bro. That boy was like kryptonite for Superman. Melo was getting busy,
and Melo
didn't care how.
Melo had the clutch moments too.
Hold off on that.
Melo, okay, yeah. Oh, the next one is Melo versus the truth. Boy, listen.
Damn, you always jumping the shark, man.
My bad. You mentioned Melo, bro. That hits my heart when you talk Melo. Prime Melo was crazy.
I don't. We'll get to
it. He didn't play no defense, but that boy was an offensive killer, boy.
He tried a couple of years in Denver. He was kind of
But I think once he came to New York, it's like he left the defense in Denver. He left the D in Denver.
Like forgot to pack it in the luggage.
I play an offense. Give me the ball. But yeah, man. But when it comes to best pure scores, man, I mean, to me, it's almost like, what's your fancy? What's your cup of tea? Some people, regardless of fandom or not, some people mention LeBron's name. And to me, I don't put him in that best pure score.
No.
Pure score? Okay, can he score?
Productive.
most productive scorer ever, LeBron James.
Yeah.
Without no questions. I mean, the man, it's proof in the pudding right now. He's still averaging 25 points a game. He's 41 years old.
There was a time, that second stint in Cleveland, LeBron's offensive game
was on another level.
Started to widen out, like his fadeaway game, his runner, like his work on the perimeter was getting really, really good. Like
everything. To me, that's the best. To me, that's the best version of LeBron ever.
So that part of his So that part of his career, like that version of like 2018 LeBron, offensive, like he was kind of a pure scorer. Go back and watch the film, bro. LeBron was a pure scorer.
I'm talking
in that 2018
his
playoff
post game and everything was there. Bro. Yeah, it was there.
No, I think
he didn't really have that in Miami.
After the Miami run, I think he had a season he shot like 40% from three down there, and he was doing it all.
But all the tools, they wasn't as polished until that second stint in Cleveland. Second stint in Cleveland, you just couldn't stop him at no point.
He was running left and hitting floaters.
So then how is it all that disappeared?
Oh, they talking about the game winner?
I mean, he did that all the time in the regular season and in the playoff. Like he did, bro. The 2018 Bron, was a cheat code. Was an offensive cheat code. 99.9, bro.
The man was averaging 40 points in series
because the triple was just widened out, bro.
Come on,
Damian Lillard can't even get in the post.
We're trying not to
kill switch. What can Dame Lillard do that's better than Paul Pierce? Besides shoot the three,
a 35-footer. That's it.
Besides the three,
I don't have any proof or evidence that Paul Pierce could prolifically make a 35-footer. I have that from Dame. That's it.
Yeah, Dame Lillard is definitely not the pure shooter.
He's a great shooter.
Pure shooter. That's a different conversation. Pure shooter.
And I don't even
score
40% from his career from three. So that's interesting from a guy who's got. But anyway,
I don't know. I think sometimes people are enamored by certain plays.
Yeah,
they stick out.
So they love the 35-footer, Sneak. They love them long bombs.
Yeah, it's great.
And granted, he's the king at two spots at a 35-footer. He's a king.
But the problem is they're still worth 3 points.
Yep. Until they institute the 4-point line.
But that's all I'm saying is whether you're at 23 feet or 33 feet, it's still 3 points.
Yeah. Like, come check me out here.
Go ahead. Take the shot. Go ahead. Take 50 of those a game. We're good with it. I'll take my chance.
If he's shooting 40%, then no, stop him.
Well, now we got to kind of
get... Stop him from shooting them 35-footers, Steve.
Stop it. That is a visceral betrayal of physics. Stop it.
No doubt. All right. Well, this has been good. Let's go ahead and open up the phone lines. Let's take a couple calls on this one, man. Y'all know what time it is. 904-219-8264. 904-219-8264. Let's take a couple calls and get you guys' thoughts on that. And let's try to keep the calls to a decent length because obviously it's
2 minutes. We're going to state your piece and we're going to hang up the phone.
Hey, Transformer, what if we got 2018 LeBron for like 4 seasons?
I mean, we damn near did. He just ran into KD's Warriors.
No, I'd say it was like 1.5, maybe 2 seasons of that type of offense. Like,
you're talking about like 2018, period.
Yeah, like if that happened for like 3-4 years.
Oh man. Well, one, he was probably but go ahead.
Man, what's up, Bruce? Man, I'm still mad at the game, but it's not because of North game, man.
Sean, what up?
State.
Okay.
What's up?
All right.
As far as Paul Pierce, bro, that's the definition of overconfidence, bro. I'm just gonna keep it 100, bro.
Okay.
Like, yeah, you was a bucket getter, but you wasn't that guy, bro. Your scoring couldn't even carry the Celtics when they was doing bad. You know what I mean? Like guys like Kobe or even Jordan, hell, even Bird, able to keep up their scoring to the point where they could go to the playoffs. Paul never done that.
Paul never had Hall of Famers during those years, bro. Where were the Hall of Famers on the Celtics for the Paul Pierce Celtics?
When the Celtics were bad, they were really bad.
Bro, they were.
And he made the postseason 4 times.
Horrible.
That's tough, bro.
And just when it was him and Antoine Walker, they did relatively well.
They did pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, he can't even score 30 in a bad team. You want me to compare his and say like, man, he's the top 5 pure scorer in the game. Like, bro, come on. You at best is like a top 15. I agree that you should be mentioning more, but you're not that guy. And that's what it is, bro. That 2008 championship, man. If the Lakers would have won that, man, this shit wouldn't even be a conversation. but whatever though.
That means Kobe.
You know what I mean?
6.
Paul, Kobe would have been 6, and Paul would have been nothing at all. He would have been just nothing more but what I call the lonely leprechaun in the sideline. But seriously though, man, like Paul, man, like you gotta chill with this overconfident shit, man. Like just because you talking belligerent on the mic and you know what I mean and KG gassing you up, that don't mean that we gotta agree with that, man. Like I hate when Cares be trying to be acting like, yeah, I'm confident. Like, bro, no, you're overconfident. Two different teams. You're talking about, man, like if Michael Jordan actually took the fade away, then I'll be a better scorer than him.
Hey, Sean, can I ask you a couple of things real quick? Do you think Paul Pierce felt overshadowed by Kobe, felt overshadowed by Bron, and that's why he's kind of inject himself into these discussions?
That's exactly why.
Paul Pierce is overshadowed because his skill set, despite, his skill set wasn't even on the level of a Kobe Bean Bryant. Now, Bron, he got
not many guys were as skilled as Bean, bro. Like, that's not, it's hard to get that.
Come on, bro. He's not in that level as Bean. He was.
I don't think the gap is as big as you think, though.
Oh, my God. Okay, there's a difference between being good and being elite. Paul was good. Kobe was elite.
No, Paul was elite. Paul was elite.
You don't want me to compare. It's like
did you not watch Paul Pierce in the fourth quarters at all in any of the series games? I mean, Paul Pierce's name, the name The Truth is not a joke. It's actually a thing.
I think his fourth quarters as a clutch shooter. If you're talking about clutch shooting, then I think he is more.
That tells you about the game, though. That tells you about the game. When you could do that in those moments, you're special, bro.
So you guys believe that he's a top 10 pure scorer of all time?
Yeah, he deserves to be in that argument. Yeah, because that's the whole thing. He's like, I deserve to be in the arguments when people are having this conversation about best pure scorers. He's like, I deserve to be in that argument. That's all Paul Pierce is trying to say. I don't think he's saying
when they asked him to score overall, in the most crucial moments, he produced.
Yeah,
every time
in any type of way.
Man, I'm gonna let you go, and these guys are gonna finish their response to you. Appreciate the call, brother.
All right, no problem.
All right, Sean, solid, bro. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I think when you look at like I said, it's all about what criteria are you trying to meet when you're talking about pure score. And in Paul Pierce's way, he's like, I could do everything on the court offense at a high level.
Mm-hmm.
At a high level, I can do everything on the court. So when you want to talk pure score, I can do everything you ask of me from an offensive standpoint on the floor. Put me in the conversations. Yeah, I think that's more so the point.
Mm-hmm.
Scoring the most points, that's not what he's talking about. Like that's a different conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Coach T, what's good, brother?
Coach T.
What's good, man?
What you got, man?
Our favorite haters in the building. I'm kidding.
I knew he was going to go there. I knew he was on a matter of time.
Man, why we always got to do all these Celtic player topics, man?
Well, it was just relevant right now.
I'm trolling you, Bruce.
Oh, I got you.
Look, I think we're getting caught up in the fandom over here with these comments and these calls.
I'm trying not to.
That isn't. I ain't talking about you guys on the panel.
Oh, okay.
That is not the conversation of what Paul Pierce is talking about. He's not saying, "Oh, y'all taking this out of context." What consists of a pure score? Can he not score from the post? Yes. Can he not come off a screen and hit it and hit that shot coming off a screen like Steph Curry? Yes. Can he shoot a spot up three or a spot up mid range? Yes.
Yeah.
Is he efficient from the free throw line? I think for his career he shot over 85%. Can he get to the rim off the dribble? Yes. Can he score off contact inside?
80% from the free throw line.
Okay, so he can score. He can score on every aspect of the game. The argument isn't is he better than this guy, better than this guy. The conversation is he one of the best pure scorers of. You can't. No matter how you feel about Paul Pierce, you cannot take that away from him. You can't take his skill away from him.
He said best pure scorer ever.
And he trying to knock me off. I'm trying to knock me off my point, Nate. But we cannot. But we're not going to sit here and say like in the fourth quarter, clutch time. We are game planning to, make his shot tough as possible, and if he make it, okay. That's what we gonna do. I can't believe I'm over here defending the Celtics or talking about the Celtics.
I mean, I beat you to it, so don't feel bad.
Look, man, we just being objective here. I mean, that's what we're all doing.
We got to take our Lakers hat and just tilt them to the side. Don't take them off. Just put it to the side. Right. And just show the purple and gold. Don't show the Lakers symbol.
We're just talking sports here, guys. Y'all know.
But the only thing I like about Paul Pierce is, hey, we whooped his ass for years, and he gave us a ring. So that's the two things I like about Paul Pierce. He's a dog from Cali, but he made that switch to Boston.
He didn't make the switch. They drafted him.
Yeah,
what's he gonna do?
I'm not gonna slight him for that one. I'm pretty sure if he would have started his career the way he wanted to, he would have been in a Laker uniform.
Exactly. We all know that. We all know that.
Must be that, but he stayed. Hey, I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Yes, I appreciate
but
that.
I'm gonna leave that one. I'm gonna leave that one alone because that's gonna be all subjective talk, and we're not here for that. But as far as he should be in the talk as one of the best pure scorers ever. Because he might not have been more athletic, but he might not have the points per game average. All those stats and everything could be subjective. And only thing
need a bucket, put it in his hand.
He gonna get
stats aren't subjective. Stats are objective.
The only thing I care about, Transformer, is I don't give a damn what you do, as long as we win. I'm all about winning. I don't care about.
No, that's a Laker. That's a Laker.
I don't care about all these. I don't care about who's the all-time stat leader. I don't care about you got 50 million assists.
He sound like Magic right now. Did he have 5 championships?
I mean, what are you supposed to say to that, bro? Does he have
nothing? Because Magic knew what it was about. No doubt.
But I'm gonna leave it like that. That's just where I'm just letting y'all know. Everybody understand where Coach T comes from with my takes. I don't care about who's the all-time this, that, and the third. I don't care about who shot 33s in the game. All I care about is winning.
Facts. No, I'm with you, bro. I appreciate the call, Coach T. Thank you, brother.
Paul Pierce said he's the best pure scorer ever.
Mm-hmm.
Not that he just wants to be in the conversation.
I think he believes it too.
We feel like he's in the conversation out of respect because of what he did in his career, but we still are having trouble reconciling the fact he said he's the best pure scorer ever. Because we got other guys we're putting there.
Yeah. I think that it was pretty fair, the explanation that he gave for it.
Yeah.
Chief, good morning. Chief.
Long live the Chief.
Chief, can you hear me? All right. I don't know what happened there. All right.
Better call back, Chief.
Yeah. Let's go on and we'll take it to the next topic. Chief, call back the next topic, man. We're gonna move on. I couldn't hear you. All right, guys. This one the last one we were in kind of bleeds right over into this one.
Yes, it does.
So I don't think he mentioned this on this particular interview. All right, hold on. Let's take this with Chief. Chief, what you got, brother?
All right. Okay. Hey, good morning, fellas.
Good morning, man.
What's going on, shit, mate?
What's going on, shit, mate? I'm tired.
What's going on? Hey, how 6-0 feel for you, bro? 6-0 sound good?
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, Paul Pierce was wrong. I'm gonna have to give PC a history lesson. I'm gonna go there like my brother Steve, the school teacher. If we're looking at the best pure scorer in NBA history, Alex English, who played for Denver.
That's a great argument. He led the entire 1980s decade in scoring. That's a great argument. Not mad.
And guess what? He wasn't athletic.
Nope.
He wasn't athletic at all. He had the proper footwork, jumper, off the dribble. So for him to say, well, I'm the best scorer, he needs to go ahead and look at history. I got another guy. Number 2, Bernard King, who played for the Knicks.
What are you doing, bro?
Oh, jeez, I was trying to respond in the comments, and I didn't click in there. My bad. Bernard King is another great one. Okay.
So he was a problem.
Mm-hmm.
So he knew how to score like a different angle. So if Paul Pierce was talking about guys who didn't have that athleticism or size or factors, and he said he's the best ever, I like to kind of throw something out the hat. And the third guy I got is that the lit from French Pitt, Larry Bird. So it
went Celtics in one conversation, bro. Wrap this up. Wrap this up quickly.
Wrap it up, B.
Okay. So as far as the position and everything, they couldn't do anything. You could jump higher than him. You can stay in ever, and he could still. He said, "You don't be dumb enough to go for a pump fake, and I'm gonna get you again."
Right.
He calls his shots to make it.
Yeah.
Now that is skill.
It is.
And on that note, we're gonna get back to Melo. I had to disqualify Melo out of my top tier scores for his physicality, but I'm just saying, if we look at non-athletic, Melo's a bull. Kobe was athletic.
That's what they say.
KD had length. So that's why I did it like that. Not to say that they wasn't. I had to kind of try to get on Paul Pierce's metric.
That's
he might be okay.
All right. Good
I
stuff.
like it.
Thanks for the call, Chief. I appreciate you, brother.
All right, brother.
All right.